Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's the last week of the season, but I feel like we're doing everything right now, and I don't think this is a team that's going to take anything for granted. Even though we already beat every single team that's in the finals right now, we could easily just have a bad day and another team could win. So we're not taking any opportunities for granted like they did in 2015, and we're just going to go out and win. So.
I mean, it hit me a little bit yesterday at graduation. Like, it's kind of wrapping up, but I mean, still got a week left in the season. And there's still business is not done.
It started to sink in a little bit, but it's all just so surreal. I mean, I saw my sister go through it, my brother go through it. I don't even want to think that I'm going through it yet. So my focus is just on tomorrow, and then after that, focus on Saturday, hopefully. It's been real fun. It's gone by real quick too, though. But yeah, it's fun to see how we've all progressed and gotten better throughout the year. We came out hot in that game, but they played too. They're good offensively and defense. I think they'll be a good team.
I mean, when we talked from day one, it was we can't wait. I know in my house, my boys, me, I can't wait for the season to start. So I always want to make sure I enjoy the journey, enjoy every day, every single practice. And this year I did. I had time to really enjoy it. So and with that being said, it's been such a fun, successful season. The group's been great. We've had no off the field issues at all, and it's flown by. I mean, it's really flown by. And for me, it was. Brian graduating. I mean, that's even a tougher thing. And now I know, like I went through it with my daughter in 2015. She graduated, and they had a special season. They went out winning a state championship that year. So this year it's 21 seniors, 24 including the 3 managers. It's a group that we're certainly going to miss. But wow did it go fast. And yeah, it's hopefully we work for this though, and that was the one thing about it. Wasn't just about the state championship. It was about each game, each stage of the season, and we accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish all year. So now we have what's in front of us, and we have 2 games left, and there's no reason to sleep on Londonderry.
It's going to be a team that we can't sleep on. We beat them up early in the year, but they just beat Bedford, and I think they're going to be a good team that's going to be hungry to make it to the championship.
It doesn't matter if it's Bedford, if it's Londonderry. It doesn't really matter what team it is. We just got to play our game. We got to start off fast against every team and not stop from there.
We just got to come out hot like we did against Hanover. If we come out hot, then we'll put the game away just like we did. I remember it was a little bit chippy, very intense, which it always is with Londonderry. Every time I've played them, it's been like that. And they've had some good runs against us before. And we want to make sure to not let that happen again. We want to shut them down quick and early and not to let them crawl back at all, because we don't want to give anybody any hope. And I think that we can stop the hope if we just get on quick. That's all we have to do, start quick.
Get the first couple goals, it would just kind of deflate their confidence and put them out of it right away, and then we could just kind of play the rest of the game. So that's really important. And I think Coach Sampson said in the article he really wants to slow the ball down. If we get a lead just like Duxbury, they're not going to be able to slow it down, so that's going to help us too.
Games with Londonderry can get chippy. It's a game because they play hard. They're tough kids. They don't quit, and it's led by their coach Roger Sampson, who's kind of a ex-military who demands discipline and toughness. So you're going to, and Londonderry has it in their makeup anyway. So you're always going to get that with them. I don't think it was. I mean, it was 2 days. We played Pinkerton on a Monday. And then we played Londonderry on a Wednesday, and I think it was 14-2 or 13-2 at the half. And I didn't even play the starters in the second half, so the 15-6 was a little bit misleading, but misleading and advantageous to us, or get the kids focused a little bit. But I do think that Londonderry is a much improved team. They had a midi playing goalie at that time, so they didn't make many saves. To give that kid credit, he stepped in. He did make some. He wasn't scared of the ball. And they have some talent. They don't have the star power that we have or the depth that we have, and I think that they're going to play. They're going to look to slow it down. I mean, they're just going to look to just take time off the clock and.
Yeah, at halftime, coach was like, "Go get warmed up. You might have to go in." So through my head, I was thinking, "All right, I might not go in. I'm probably just getting warmed up." And then second half starts, and he puts me in. And that was definitely, I was very nervous for that. But I came out and made 2 quick saves, something like that, so I settled down quick.
Yeah, we knew that he was really good, and it was kind of just waiting for that moment for him to come out, and I think he did it. And he played also as a variant too early in the year, Bedford, and he's stepped up to the task every time. So Colin Casey played really well, but when he wasn't, last year we had James, I think he's one of the best goalies in the state, definitely top one or two.
In all honesty, I knew he had what it took before that, long before that. I coached the man. I coached him 2 years ago when he was in 8th grade, and I could tell that he was a stud. And then he just kept getting better and better, and then all of a sudden, in that game, that was the turning point where I could tell that he can handle it. I always knew that he had the skill, but the fact that he could handle the big stage, like you said, it showed a lot to us, and I think that that's a huge part of this year's playoff run.
I mean, I knew James was a good goalie, and we have a good relationship, D-guy goalie. So him coming into the season, I knew he was going to be lights out, but I never expected a season like this from him. Like, in the big games, he's making 10-plus, 15-plus saves. Duxbury, Needham, all these games, he's making crazy amount of saves. So he's bailing us out, making our job easier. He's the full package. He can stop the ball. He can clear it. It's really good. I knew he would be really good this year, but I didn't expect him to be this good.
Oh, James he's sensational. I mean, any other year, he would have been a full-time starter, even though he was a freshman. But Colin Casey was a senior, 3-year starter, and he was just really, really good. James this year has been spectacular, and I knew that. I think when I put him in the exit game, we were only up 8-5 at the half or something like that. But he was so sharp last year. And you could just see that, and I think he closed the door. I think they only scored 1 goal in the second half or something like that. We wound up beating them 18-6. So the team has confidence in James, and he's been on the national circuit for a while. So he's a high-level talent, and we could have used him at any time last year. I had that much confidence. The staff did, and his teammates had that kind of confidence in him.
There's always nerves, but once you make that first play, they all go away, and you just play the game.
Troy! Come on, Timmy! Stay tight! The final score. This is Guertin 16, the Londonderry Lancers 4. Congratulations to Coach Sampson and the Londonderry High School Lancers on a great season. And congratulations to Coach.
It was a different game. I mean, the score was the same, but in Hanover, I think we had to play one defensive possession.
Yeah.
And we lost a few face-offs, and the defense was as good as they've been. And just to get everybody in sync, and I thought it was good. We got to play 2.5 quarters, which was good, so we got everybody out of the game healthy. And Londonderry was, I think they knew what was coming.
I felt good, especially under the lights. I know a couple of Londonderry kids, so I knew some of the guys out in the field and in the stands, so it was definitely cool to play them. And it was nice to get up to like a 7-0, a 7-1 lead, because it gave the D a little cushion, so it made us comfortable. We shut them down on D, we were scoring on everything, so it was good to be back. But it's a little different playing 2 games in 2 weeks, because I mean, we've had 4 games in a week this season, stuff like that, so it's definitely a little bit of a change up.
It's playoff lacrosse. We're completely different when it's playoffs because we bring this intensity that's completely different, and it's great. We start out firing almost every time, which is important for us because when we start out firing, like I said, we just keep going, and that's the speed and pace that we need to play at. And the fact that we could get on them that early, that's why it went so well for us. I mean, every quarter was a very good quarter for us, but we can play better. So we're trying to bring that up for the next
Great, and I felt nervous up until the game started, and then once that game started, I wasn't thinking about anything. I was just thinking about getting out there and getting the job done.
They played hard, and they were challenged. I mean, they played physical. We had a game plan, and we had to go after a few guys. And, we were game planning for number 12, Wiedenfeld, 8 Andrews. So it was good to get us ready from that standpoint. You never want to overlook an opponent. We certainly didn't then. They were coming over a big win over Bedford, but I think it was a perfect tune-up. It wasn't a complete grind-out where you're feeling it. Where Pinkerton against Exeter was, they had to play in wet conditions, and it was a tight game. So it was, so certainly the advantage of the 1 seed came into play both in the quarterfinal game and the semifinal game. Yeah, there's multiple things. There's getting on the sleep cycle. Getting on your hydrate, your nutrition, because what time do you eat at, just to get them used to that, get them used to seeing yellow balls at this time of night. So we traditionally do that, and I do think it's been effective. So we're having a Thursday night practice, a Friday night practice, and getting ready for Saturday all in that same time cycle.
It's pretty cool because I mean we're always practicing at the best places. I mean this field is unreal. When the sun goes down, we have lights and everything. So it's going to be a lot like a Exeter atmosphere. The turf is similar, so it really helps us. It's because we like to play fast, so for us to get kind of acclimated to the turf and playing under the lights, it's pretty special.
It's incredible. I mean, we're extremely thankful to be able to have Coach to help us out with everything like that, because when it comes to those details, it can make or break a game. And I think he does an amazing job watching out for the details like where we're playing and when we're playing and stuff, but also the small details on the field that a lot of other coaches might overlook. I think the tweaks and fine-tuning that he does really helps us, and everybody realizes it, and it makes us play together more as a team and more efficiently.
Yeah, he tries to replicate every game time situation. I think that he was here at 6 o'clock today for a 7:30 practice, and that's how committed he is to it, and the whole coaching staff. We have 5 coaches, 2 alumni coming back to help the team, and I think that really helps us a lot.
It always makes a huge difference. He prepares us better than anyone's ever going to prepare us. He puts in all the little details, makes sure we're ready, all prepared. That has a big part of the success we've had this year.
I don't want to leave anything for chance. And that's what we're doing. I just told the team now before we get ready for this practice, I said all the things that we're doing, none of this stuff might not mean anything. It's all how you guys come out and play. We're just getting you guys prepared to the best of our ability, and it's up to you guys to come out and play Saturday night. So it might be different. It could be a 1-goal game, and those little things, those little adjustments we made, the preparation we made from a time standpoint, playing with yellow balls, getting used to that, it all could add up, and it could be the difference in a 1-goal game.
It's finally here, but I think we're feeling good. We're definitely ready. We have some crazy intensity that's just unmatchable, and with practices in the game, we're together as a team, and I think we're all on the same page that we need to play the way that we play and no other way. if we play the way that we play, we're going to be perfectly fine. Especially on turf, instead of playing on grass like last game, it's going to help us in our game instead of playing to their type of game. So I think as long as we stay true to that and stay true to everything we've been doing this season, we're going to be okay.
They looked good against Exeter in the second half. The first half, not so much. So they're a good team. They play about 15 guys, and they have a couple holes, but for the most part, they're a pretty strong team, and it's going to be interesting to see how that all shakes out.
Our team has been, every big game we've been ready, and you could just see even at practice 2 nights before, they're ready. I wasn't expecting Tuesday night. It was 50 degrees out, raining. You know, everyone kind of expected a lopsided game versus Londonderry. Londonderry had great support, BG had support, but you didn't have the avid lacrosse fans. So you're going to see that. It'll probably be a few thousand people there, and I think it's going to be a great atmosphere.
I think it's going to be a very different game. I mean, same styles and everything because it's almost always been that way. DG Pinkerton, always the same style of play, always the same kind of matchup. But not only have we both progressed in the season, but it's the playoffs, it's the championship. It's a completely different setting.
Both knocked off some Massachusetts powerhouses. I mean, I think in the same week we beat Duxbury and they beat Lincoln Sudbury. So both teams, we've definitely gotten a lot better, so it should be a really good game.
Defensively, we just got to play our game. Coaches got the game plan in. We just got to play it. For me, I just got to be focused and be ready and know their tendencies and be ready to save it.
Pinkerton defense is going to be better. They're going to be more experienced than they were initially when we played them, but also too, there's no footing when we played them the first time. So I'm expecting like Ben and Bladian to have a better game. Got those quicker guys on our team, and then just everybody did not favor the offense or the more skilled team. So I'm expecting us to have a little bit better performance. Than we did.
You know, if both teams had to play in the mud, and I think it's an advantage. You know, we're a turf team, they're a grass team, but they played so many games on turf, so it's not foreign to them. So I don't think I think the team that plays the best on Saturday night's going to win. I mean, there's no, you're going to get 3 good refs. So
I think everyone's gotten better, and I think the conditions will be a little different. Because that first time we played them, it was wet, slippery on grass. Now it's on turf, so I think that'll definitely have a part in the game.
I really do think so, yeah, because we're a fast-paced team. We like to push transition, and I mean, when we were playing in those conditions with the mud and the grass, it really didn't kind of play to our level. So, I mean, us on turf, it's going to be a lot different story.
I know their middies in attack. Their offense is pretty experienced, and they've been playing together for a long time. So that's something that they've had pretty set for a while. So the defense they've been working on, especially going against our different pace and style offense, it's something they've been working on, and they have gotten better. I saw them at the Exeter game, and they're really doing a good
I
job.
don't want them getting caught up in the moment of that. I'm sure they will reflect. There's time for reflection. I said, let's not leave anything behind. Let's leave it all on the field. Go out and play fearless like we played all year. Be confident. There's nothing wrong with losing if you go out and give it your best. So that was my biggest thing. Is just be fearless and be confident.
It's the last time I put it on the uniform. I think I played against a lot of the Pinkerton kids. I played with them, so it's going to be the last time I'm playing against them. And the last time I'm playing with Brennan and Drew and Doug and all those guys I've been playing with for so long, and my dad coaching me, my brother, playing alongside me. So it's going to be fun, and I think we need to cherish every single second of the game and leave it all in the field.
Every year, I think ever since my sophomore year, I thought I knew what I was going to show up to and what the atmosphere was going to be like. But I mean, last year I showed up and even I got the jitters, and I had already played in the championship game. And I've played in 2 now, but I still think the same thing's going to happen. I'm going to show up, get all in the field, look in the stands, be like, wow, like this is crazy. But I mean, it'll take a minute to set in, and then we're locked in.
I think it'll feel great, and I'll definitely feel nerves, but probably once the game starts, it'll go away. And you're going to see the crowd, the big game, everything.
I think there's going to be energy everywhere, on the bus, on their bus, and even in people's car rides up there, because this isn't just a game between the 2 teams, it's a game between the 2 legacies. It's crazy.
I think we've changed a lot. When I watched that game, I don't watch a lot of film, but there was Steve Cody, the highlight guy, came and videoed that game and put it out on, so it's the only game I've watched all year on film. And I'm like, whoa, we did not play as well as I thought we played. So I think we're a much better team now. The only repeat opponent we had was Hanover, and the first time we gave up 12 goals, this time we gave up 1 goal. So I think we have improved. As good as we were early on in that game against Mercer Island, Washington, we've gotten a lot better. But we'll find out. But at the same point, Pinkerton's gotten better. They had some guys out that are now healthy, and Chris Valentine. So, you know, it's going to be in one game, anything can happen. You know, we play 10 times, maybe we win 8 or 9. But you play one game, anything.